Last time we got you a little hypnotized, right? Although you said it didn't really work, did it? But I'm just trying to get real quick here to see how that's working. I'm going to work on my hypnotization. Is that a word? I'm going to work on how I can hypnotize you. Just watch the watch. Watch the watch. I love this watch. Remember I said this was my grandmother's watch from the early 1900s? I've cherished it all these years. I used to wear it around my neck on a gold chain. Relax. 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 And welcome back to part 2, where last time we talked about the fact that you're not feeling well. But your temperature, remember, was just fine. So we don't have any physical things going on with you at all. But we talked about perhaps coming to grips with your past thoughts about money and how you can change that in the next year and over the course of the next 5 years to really improve your financial situation. Yeah, I think you can really do that. So tell me, we spoke of the woo of money manifestation last time that we were together. And I want to focus today on the do. So remember, with money manifestation, we have the woo on one side. That's all the visualization, the thoughts and feelings and manifestations that help us see the future and visualize the future. So you've got, let's say, woo over here. But today we want to focus on the do over here. Because it's the do, the 20% of personal finance that actually gets us to where we need to be. Would you agree? I mean, because you can think about money all the time and dream and manifest all sorts of thoughts. But if it's not backed up by actions and behavior, then you're going to be just as broke a year from now as you are today, right? And that's no secret. I mean, I think for most people, myself included, would you not agree? It's liberating to say to yourself, self, I'm broke. And that's where I think you are. So why don't you tell me, in a safe place where we are right now, what would you say your net worth is right now? Oh, you don't know what a net worth is? Okay. So a net worth means, I'm sure that you have some assets over here, right? Do you have a savings account? A little bit? Okay. You've got some investments. I know you're pretty young right now, but do you have some investments going on? Okay. Anything else you own that's of value? Okay. So think of that number. Great. Now, on this side, we have things like liabilities, things that you owe. Maybe you have credit card debt. We talked last time about student loans. You don't have student loans because your parents paid for college. Like for me, that happened too, although I did have a very small student loan. But you don't have any student loans. Do you have car debt? Yeah? Okay, so think of those numbers there. Any other debt? Okay, so add those up. Now take these two numbers and net them out. So subtract them and take the integer of the larger. And that is your net worth. Oh, it's a negative number. Okay. Well, you know what? Listen, that's... No. Don't get upset. You're fine. You're fine. We can talk through this. You're fine. Most people, believe it or not, do have a negative net worth. Yeah. So don't worry. You're young. You have awareness. You're here seeing Dr. Evan, right? Even though you don't have a physical ailment, you have a little bit of a monetary one. And we talked about last time how you can manifest and think about your future self. Very good. But now we need to align the do with the woo. Right? The do with the woo. And so, what about your job? Tell me about your job. Yeah. That's great. Do you have a lot of upward mobility? Okay. And you've been with your company how long? Nice. Very nice. So, as you get raises, you know what you're going to do with those? Yes. You're going to pay down the debt. Contribute to your 401k, which you have as well, to get the match, right? Okay. We're going to pay down the debt. I think you should also open up a Roth IRA. Yeah, during this time, we can talk more about that. Maybe fund it a little bit. We'll look at your build-a-budget and see what makes the most sense in paying off the debt, putting a little bit in the Roth IRA. And it depends. Yeah. But we need to pay this down. The Roth is going to go up. Once you max out the Roth, that might take a few years. We're going to go back to your 401k. We're going to max that out. See how that works? You may get to a point in the future, let's say 7 years, maybe 10, where you are now maxing out your 401k. And when I say maxing out, do you know what that means? No. That means you're putting the total dollar amount that the government will allow you to put in there every single year. Yeah, above and beyond the match. It's the cap of the dollar amount that you can put in there. So that's your goal. You want to max that out, max out your Roth IRA, right? Your debt's down here. You're not going to add to it. So suddenly, your net worth is going to skyrocket as you do that. If you have your upward mobility, which you said you do, you have got the woo and the do coming together. Yeah. All of that under hypnotization as well, right? With my watch. I know you're not really hypnotized right now, so you will remember this tomorrow. I can guarantee it. Okay. So, let's move on to the face massage portion while you think about what I said. Let me just... Yeah, you're a little tense. So how do you feel right now? After you've spent a few minutes while I was massaging your face. And by the way, you are a little tense, so we'll work on that. But how are you feeling about the 20%? I know this is all new. You haven't really thought about personal finance very much. We talked last time about the issues in your childhood with money, which we all have, right? We all have things we need to conquer. And unfortunately, I would say most people don't really conquer those types of things that you just addressed last time we got together. To really take hold of forgiving ourselves too for things that we have either done as it relates to money. Like for myself, I talked about the bankruptcy. I had to forgive myself. Most people just continue to go on and spend and not even think about that awareness piece. So I'm very proud of you for thinking about that. You have that awareness. Your feng shui. You're feeling good. You've got the woo. And today we talked about the do. Believe it or not, if you do those things, especially with the do, and you continue the do over multiple years, you can build financial freedom. Everything we're talking about on the episodes this week, you can have. So come back tomorrow because we're going to be talking about more on the next episode at 7 o'clock Eastern, right here on this channel. So I want you to come back while we pretty much wrap up this entire week of how we in our lives can manifest our own financial destiny. I believe it because I achieved it myself. That's what I share with you on this channel. And I feel that as long as people have income, they keep their expenses down, then they also can achieve financial freedom. So I thank you so much for being here. Okay, so do you have any questions for me before we end our session? Yeah, no, it wasn't a physical thing at all. You're fine. Your temperature was good. I didn't do your blood pressure. I probably should have, but you seem fine to me. Yeah, I mean, we can do that if you want. No? Maybe next time? Yeah. So no, you're fine. This is psychological. Yeah, you're going to be feeling so much better if you just practice some of these principles and you feel better about money. Your net worth will improve and your self-worth is going to improve at the same time. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.